These folks are being brought into the country by our government, and they are being brought here because they have supported our government, they share our values in some way. That's why they're in danger if they stay in Afghanistan, and so they are being brought here under a federal program. What is different for us is that typically refugees come to us after being in a country outside their country of origin, oftentimes for years, sometimes decades. They've been waiting for resettlement. And so it's a pretty, slow rolling process. And, less than 1% of all the refugees in the world get relocated to anywhere. So it's this really long waiting game. We get folks that have been languishing in refugee camps for years. In this case, it is folks that literally a couple months ago were fleeing for their lives and then, brought to military bases and, vetted and kind of dealt with that way, and are now being relocated into the U.S., so going to resettlement sites across the country.
So we came to the Utica, so we have three bedrooms and like a sample room, a home that we have that we live now. That's Elmwood, 128 Elmwood Place. And like we come here, and I appreciate it from the people that they extremely help us, like whatever we need. In the beginning, like all those Afghans that they show up in the Utica, they don't have any transportation. We go by walk and sell and get the food stuff from the grocery store. And like when we come back up to home, we just freezing. My hand, my nose, my face, my leg all got freezing. Like the only thing I don't like is too cold because we don't have opportunity. But whenever we have an opportunity, we have like a transportation, we have those opportunity, we can tolerate with the cold. So like those people that they live around in Utica and we know them, I really, really appreciate from them, and they really help us.
I became aware of these three gentlemen, these three brothers, through a mutual friend who told me that they were here and they spoke English well and they were looking for work. And so I called them up and did a phone interview, and they actually spoke very well and seemed very eager to work with me and work with our organization. And so we basically hired them to help us with the COVID collection, initially starting at Utica City Hall, where we started the mobile COVID lab.
Namir Haidari, that was like, I find his number, and then I finally called the Namir number, and I talked with him. He's a really nice guy. He's a really honest guy. Like he actually help anybody he want to help. I told him like I can speak English, my brother can speak English, like we are well-educated guys, like we can do whatever you give us a job. Like we extremely need the job because that's the beginning life we started, so we came here to Utica.
No, these guys were very smart. They worked with our soldiers as translators in Afghanistan, and they already knew basically how Americans work. And so it was very easy to work with them. In fact, I'll take somebody that's worked with the U.S. military anytime to work in any of my companies or organization, because usually they're well trained and they're amicable as well. They work well with people. It was a pleasure to work with them. They've worked very well, and in fact we've gotten rave reviews from people that have come for testing that these guys are just wonderful and very helpful. Yeah, they're very happy to be in Utica. I think they've taken to the community well. One of the issues they had when they first got here was, despite the fact that we gave them a job, they didn't have a car. I gave them one of my old cars, and they're driving one of my cars around. I actually given it to them. I said once they can register it and put it in their name, that they can have it.
I don't think this is about immigrant exceptionalism, but I do think that folks that have been denied education or even an opportunity to work for years and years and years, for other refugees, when they get here, they recognize these opportunities, I think, with an enthusiasm that is sometimes lost on us because, it's just status quo for us. And I think that is kind of an immigrant story. I think a lot of parents come here and they sacrifice, they work 2 jobs, they learn English as best they can, but they're really focused on their kids, which is the way it happens. That's an immigrant story. With regard to the Afghanistan folks that have come here, yeah, we are seeing a real enthusiasm to go to work. They want to go to work as soon as possible.
So we have to be studied and we have to be well educated to help all the community, not just Afghanistan. Like we are here to be well educated to help the community. Not just in Afghanistan, not the relations, not that thing. The community is a more important thing that we're gonna help. We extremely want to help.
Indium Corporation is always seeking to hire proven, accomplished, and capable people. The gentlemen that we've met have proven themselves in their service to our country, and we're very interested in talking to them about opportunities for employment. Indium Corporation has a proven record of hiring refugees. We've got a large number in our facilities now. We encourage them to apply. We appreciate the diversity that they bring, the skills and the background that comes from different cultures.
They need work authorization cards, and they also need social security numbers. And so we do that work here at the center. That's part of the resettlement process. They can be kind of waiting for a month or 45 days for those documents to come through. We do have English as second language classes here and other things to get them ready to join the workforce, but these folks want to go to work, yesterday, which is terrific. And America's the land of opportunity, and they absolutely believe in the American dream. They get here and they want to succeed. We do hundreds of job placements every year. Employers are really coming forward and willing to be creative, and that's good stuff. And it's those connections that I love to be a part of. So, get to know us.